Hello, Miss Bratcher here. We are learning about lists. So the three types of lists that we're going to cover are unordered lists. That's just a little bullet point, and you see them here as looking like circles, but we can change them to squares, even images later, anything that you want. We're also going to learn about ordered lists, so that could be anything from 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, or even Roman numerals. And then something called a definition list. Definition lists are really nice if you want to tab over some information. So sometimes you can put the term here, then the description here. That's what it's intended for. Sometimes if you are putting questions, you can put the question as the term and then the answer as the description. Now let's get into the code for this. So to code it, you're going to use something called a UL. So I'll go ahead and delete this so we can start fresh. So you just type bracket, UL bracket. Remember, all HTML is surrounded by angle brackets. If you open a tag, you want to close it. And then for each new item on the list, you're going to add an LI. Bracket, LI bracket, and this would be item 1, and you could put anything you want inside of there. And remember, if you open a tag, you must close it. So let's submit this and see what it looks like. So I just have item 1. To add another item, bracket, LI bracket, item 2, close off the LI, submit that and see what it looks like. Just adds a second item. You can keep adding as many items as you want, and I always recommend, to save time, you can copy and paste and then just change out the information inside of there. Now let's say you typed your list already and you realize that you would actually rather have this be a numbered list. You just change this U up here to an O, making it now an ordered list. OL, ordered list. Make sure that they match. You would change this U to an O so that they match. I'm going to hit submit. And now you notice that it's changed to an ordered list. So we just now covered ordered list and unordered list. And the last type of list that we're going to cover is called a definition list. So you start out by doing a DL to let it know that you are doing a definition list. And once you open a tag, you want to close it. And then for each new term, I'm going to do a DT. If I opened it, I'm going to close it. And then for the description, DD, I'm going to hit submit so you guys can see what it looks like. Term description. Once you get one set done, all you have to do is copy and paste for additional ones to save some time. And you can add as many as you'd like. Eventually, when you go to style it, you could style the term by using DT as your selector, or you could style the description by using DD as your selector. Remember, anytime you want to add a new term to a list, you just simply add another LI. So over here, if you wanted to add a new term, a new item to a list is an LI. Anytime you want to add a new term, rather, down here, a new term would be a DT in your definition list. So T stands for term. Anytime you want additional terms, it's a DT. You can style your list in different ways. One way that you can style a list is a circle. You could also change it to a square. So over here you can see the square. You can do a disc, or you can have no style at all. For our ordered list, the other ways to style it would be to do Roman numerals. You could either do uppercase or lowercase. Alpha, which is ABC, either uppercase or lowercase, or just using numbers. To style a term in your definition list, DT would be your selector, and you could add any properties that you wanted. So here I added the property text decoration and then the value of underline so that all my terms would be underlined. I then added the property of color and the value of CC33FF so that all my terms would have a different color, and then I decided to add the property of font size and the value of 20 pixels so that my terms would be larger. So over here on the right, you'll notice that we have an ordered list. that's been styled with numbers, an ordered list that's been styled with uppercase Roman numerals. I mean letters. Goodness. And the last thing I want to show you is how you would style it. Up here inside of your head tag, you would add an internal style sheet. And then for our selector, we would do OL. For our property, we do list style type. And for our value, I chose upper Roman. You could do lower Roman. Change it however you want. If you decided to style an unordered list, you would just change this O right here to a U. This has been Lists with Miss Spratcher. Enjoy learning!